So, before we hear from our glorious leader that has led you guys down the path of the not so straight and crooked narrow, while you guys are here at the safe house, and just, like I said, there's that 1 to 3 days that are going by or currently going by. The Empire is frantically going through all kinds of data to try to figure out who you guys are, because now that you've dropped a tower, they're taking this very, very, very seriously. Any kind of description is being cross-referenced with all kinds of witnesses to composite you guys, like in every outfit with every kind of mustache, that kind of thing. My first question is, what happened to the car that we rented, that you guys bought the transponder for? Because you ditched that to put R4 in a construction vehicle that we took from the warehouse, because we walked our way in, talked our way into a construction vehicle, took it, loaded it up, and then that was our disguise to get to the Spire, was a construction vehicle, which R4 flew around. The guys stole the, Decepticon, whatever thing, ran off with it, and now you guys have stripped it and sold it or whatever. And I'm assuming we ditched the construction thing because that kind of leads back to us. What about the rental and the transponder? Did you guys just want to forget about it because, again, it's part of a paper trail?
Well, we would have probably yanked the transponder. We bought the transponder off from Itoa Row.
Yeah.
So I don't know that we would have had a paper trail from that black market purchase unless that was already associated with us.
Not the transponder and Ito. I'm talking about the rental. You guys went to like Enterprise, Coruscant Enterprise, and you gave fake names, paid cash, and took a rental vehicle, right? That could lead to, what did you guys do with that vehicle?
I'm sure we gave him Matt's name. I think we gave him
Rahal likes using his own name.
his corporation's name on that credit card.
Well, like, you guys walked down the boarding ramp of the Mansoria, a ship they found a cloaking device on, and didn't find it. You guys tried to register it. Look, this is our device, blah, blah. It's all legit. He had all the paperwork, right? These guys looked you all in the faces. So it's not the armored up E-web wielding Merrick. It's Derek that they have a description of in a suit, right? Rahal, like, walking off that ramp, right? Like, you guys have like put on jumpsuits for construction, and you guys have, changed outfits a couple times, but not really. What has been the go-to for your outfit, Rahal, in like book 6? The stripes?
Oh yeah.
Right. Okay. And Dr. Leth has like a different.
I mean, I've popped on the Imperial Informants disguise a couple times. Commander Machismo.
Yeah. I'm just saying, like, every time you guys went to somewhere, it wasn't like Hitman 47 where you had a completely different outfit. You guys have had 2 or 3,
But yeah, my day-to-day is the pinstripes.
Is the stripes, yeah, okay. Now I'm because you guys really haven't said anything different besides making fun with Ryan about his brand new look, right? But you guys pretty much, wearing the same thing. Even TLXS, because he's a prototype, there's 2 things that we kind of took for granted. One, prototypes are not the finished project. He could be glitchy, and he's so far performed immaculately. There's never been problems with any of the systems. Yeah. Well, I noticed you're always like, every downtime, you're like, maintenance, double check, let's go. Like keeping everything tweaked. That's cool, But being a prototype, are you like a amalgamation of other chassis, or are you a brand new model that could be produced? I'm
a brand new model that is looking to be produced.
Okay, so I'm assuming that Switch, like one of the major manufacturers of droids, made you, and Switch stole you. Mm-hmm. Right? So, funny enough, any company would try to get you back, but not necessarily want to advertise that you're a stolen prototype because... Right. You know what I mean? Like, Ferrari puts out a brand new car and says, "Oh, it was stolen." Everyone's going to want to find that Ferrari, right? Rip it apart, peel the yellow and black horse off of the front, and go, "That's our car. That's a Lamborghini." What are you talking about? No, it's our car. Yeah, that kind of thing, right? So the fact that you're so unique works to your advantage as well as your disadvantage. To your advantage, the companies and stuff that would track you down and Switch or whatever, probably are trying to find you very quietly. To your disadvantage, you're a very unique looking droid. right? So you have a 3PO unit shuffling along with you guys. Well, it could be anybody. It could be everybody's got a PO, protocol droid, a PO. They're dime a dozen. Why? There's one in the last book, and there's one coming up in this book. Like, right? You're a very specific looking droid. Do you remember in Andor when they rolled out in Rogue One when they rolled out that first long, tall droid that became their go-to security? Kind of lanky looking, gray, dark gray.
K2SO?
Yeah. That one? Yeah.
Played by Alan Tudyk.
Right. And they reprogrammed him, but this is the Empire's sort of stick man.
Right.
You know, they're like 6.5 feet, 7 feet tall.
Yeah.
And they're just hydraulically strong. You know, not bash down a door strong, but they're definitely like no meat bags.
Yeah, they look sort of like police droids. Yeah.
Yeah.
I try to pretend when I'm faking it, I'm pretending to be a protocol droid since I have a high intelligence.
Right. And you've got the cloak and stuff. And right now you say that, but don't you have some very special armor? Again, this is like the player, like this giant reflex.
Yeah, no, I absolutely do. But
right.
If I'm exposed, I mean, what looks like armor on a droid? I'm not saying that it is impossible to see, but
a layman's would have no idea. But right. Anyone looking for a specific droid, they would call in droid experts, or even a construction guy going, "That's Type 4 plasteel, melted down and like bonded to the carbon. Like that's insane."
Excuse me, duranium. Thank you. No,
sorry, duranium. Yeah,
you're all good.
Now, lucky for you, the poncho that goes from shoulders to kneecaps did a wonderful job. It's not like you're walking around with your little Adidas, Yeah, no, I'm just saying, like, it's been, as far as cameras are concerned, you're kind of an enigma. Anyway, Big Brother is watching. This season, everyone's wondering what's going on, and as you guys are grounded for once, you're not pushing forward and then taking off. You guys are at ground zero. It's very, 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 very dangerous. You're ground zero and being hunted while trying to do your thing, right? This allows your past a chance to catch up with you. There's the Aiden Project. There's Poser's past with the Empire, his master, and such. There's Rahal's past, his family, and this double life he's leading as Machismo, right? There's Switch, who steals a prototype, but so he doesn't get caught with the goods, makes a deal with you guys, gifts you to Leth, and wants all the data that he collects, which apparently uploads into his recharge cell, and we're just telecommuting data back and forth, or it's saving it for a future transaction, that kind of thing. Now that you guys have stopped moving, because remember, every time you go to Resurgence, you can't really have radio contact. We're supposed to be hiding out there. You guys can't talk to your network, right? So when you're on the Manzria or the Archelon going A to B in hyperspace, that's when Rahal phoned his lawyer and everybody, that kind of thing. That's when Frank used to see what the going rate on Jedi was, that kind of thing. So with 4 books left, 7, 8, 9, 10, right? Classic Star Wars tradition, having your past catch up to your present and affect your future is one of the things you're going to start seeing this season and the next and the next. And I'm hoping by the time we get to book 10, not only are you guys going to be spearheading the Starlight project, that every problem of your past will have presented themselves and either you've had to deal with them then, or will have to deal with them in a classic Star Wars fashion before you can progress. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another exciting episode of the We Shot First podcast. I am GM Jeff Ball, your host. We are playing the Dawn of Defiance campaign. We are in Book 7. Did anyone ever make it to Book 7? I would love to hear your Book 6, 7 stories. I know Doug made it to Book 6, 5, or 6 in his home game. I'm trying to stay ahead of his game so he doesn't meta. I've heard so many people talk about how they never finished this. Now, I have heard some GMs saying not only have they run this, they've run it multiple times. Could you imagine running this like 3 or 4 times? Well, that gives me hope, because I've heard a lot of negative things about this campaign, and personally, I like it so far.
I don't hear much negative about the campaign itself, but a lot of complaints about the system.
Yeah, how it was written for the core book, and you guys are dancing around 15 books. I'm confident, though, that we will keep our promises.
Oh, we're not dancing, Jeff. We're balls deep, my friend.
Balls deep. All right.
We're wading, not dancing.
In our last episode, you guys were watching a personalized holographic message from good old Admiral Turncoat Varth. Right?
Admiral Gildervarth?
Yeah, good old Admiral Gildervarth. Which is cool. And what are you going to do about it? Right? Is there any last minute repair? We were talking about restocking without robbing these guys. You guys were talking about, we were talking about like looking at the big list and going, oh, I'll take this and I'll have one of these. And, you know, I think probably the biggest advice I could give you is if you guys go below the surface, you want as much armor and guns and bazookas and rifles as possible. But if you guys are above the surface, you want holdout blasters and straws and wads of paper. As much, you know, I'm not carrying a gun. There is no gun on me when you search, you know what I mean? Go total James Bond when you're on the surface and total Rambo when you're underneath. Then you can have your blasters and enjoy them too. And this isn't me cheating the game. It's kind of obvious. You guys have been down there and you've been up here. You know, just a friendly reminder from your friendly neighborhood GM that Spider-Man is not always going to swing in and save your butts. And, you know, walking along, packing a rifle over your shoulder is, they'll just, you know, they don't even need to know it's you. They will arrest people for doing this. Anyway, so guys, no last minute regrets or requests before you guys try to head out into the wild?
Just one thing.
Okay.
I would like to have pulled the communications unit out of that speeder so that we could have a police band radio that we could monitor just to stay on top of the chatter.
Yep. There's advantage and disadvantage there. We were actually discussing what happened to the transponder and the rental that you guys had.
Oh, God. Who did we have in the rental? So I think.
Did it crash? You guys took the rental down.
I don't think it crashed. I think we just left it at the hotel.
Okay.
I think.
Well, I mean, you want to yank the transponder because when you guys decided to go to the next place, right? You went to the construction zone, got off, walked in with R4, and then R4 and you guys piloted a construction truck away. So I'm assuming it's sitting at that loading, like not the Spire, but you know what I mean? Like the staging area. Remember you guys went in and pretended to be construction people and took the construction truck, and then that was
we raided that depot and stole the truck from there.
Yeah.
Remember? We went in with fake.
Yeah.
We got dropped off there. And we went in with fake credentials.
Okay, so
posing as workers. Remember, we were trying to bullshit our way through the front counter.
So you guys drove the truck away and then had R4 drive it later?
I'm pretty sure that's what happened. Yeah,
right,
I think we sent R4 back with the rental, and
I'll tell you what. I think
we just left the rental back at the hotel.
If it was minor gear, I'd say whatever. But because it was, you guys literally like went through an encounter to get the transponder, I'll say that somewhere in there had to be a beat where you guys just yank it out, take the rental back or ditch it, right? And then just have it. You guys have it somewhere, right? And then you guys did the whole Spire thing, and whether it's like a ripped out radio but not in use, sitting in the construction truck and now is here with you guys. But anyway, getting rid of the wanting to get rid of the black and red speeder, Nolan speeder, right?
Yep. And I mean, I think we've got enough mechanics. We could probably like chop it and part it out over a longer period of time, just to reduce the chance of somebody being like, hey, we found Inquisitor so-and-so's friggin' airspeeder. I think that's probably, instead of just trying to sell it off as a lump sum in one piece, part the sucker out, bits and pieces, split it between, several. I mean, I'm smart enough to know how to run a chop shop.
Sure. Your biggest problem, no, I'm going to say you'd have to rely on Taro or Samson, right? First thing is you need a place to hide this thing.
Yes.
Where's that? Are you going your own route, or are you going to lean on Taro?
Or we still know Itoa, right? We have in touch with
Itoa Row.
Yeah.
Plus I have my connections. I think I would go our own route, because I would try not to put any burden on this underground cell. Like, they're giving us a place to hide. I'm not going to bring extra crap their way. I think I would do a private thing. So
when you say you have your own connections, you're talking about there's the butler, and then you leveled and you got another. You recently you had Samson.
I have influential friends.
Yes.
I have influential contacts within a certain organization, planet, or region who can provide concrete information to you on certain subjects. They can do skill checks for me and stuff. I also have powerful friends. I have a powerful contact who has an extended sphere of influence. The contact could be an imperial senator, high-level military officer, regional governor, infamous crime lord, or another person of similar significance. Once per encounter, I can drop their name and take 20 on a persuasion check.
Okay. Do you know I'm personal friends with Lieutenant Machismo? And they all go, oh, Imperial hero.
I mean, that would be so Rahal, though. I'm my own influential contact. Yeah. I just want to make that alter ego so legendary.
That's actually better than like it being Alderaan or anything like that. You don't want it to be that, because that already exists. You want something in addition to that. You've been a talent on it.
No, because you have this now already, as opposed to Chismo you're working on. Not to mention, like, they're already looking into him, right? Like, he's vanished. You're AWOL. Well, that's an offense. The Empire looking, I agree with you, because you never showed up for duty on the last planet in Book 5. You just disappeared. Well, if you don't show up for duty, or some CO goes looking for you, in the military, you're considered AWOL.
Yep.
Right. So if you just suddenly show up on Coruscant going, hey, like, they'll bring you in for some.
Yeah, but they also can't find any records of me except for their surveillance.
Right. So everything went south. You think maybe somebody infiltrated? Like, they might be on that this guy isn't real, or that you're,
or that I'm so deep cover black ops that
you're like,
not even on the books.
You're an ISB guy. Okay. That would, that would be your one saving grace.
That's kind of the angle I'm going to go with this guy.
All right. Well, you can't just wish and piss, man. You're going to have to sink money. You're going to have to sink money, time, and checks into that one.
I have been working on it. It has been a process.
All right. All right. So how about this? For starters, okay. How much is the speeder worth?
like 30,000 credits used,
Okay,
34,000
okay,
used, or
so
something like that.
um,
It's not that expensive.
no, but like having contacts, everyone puts their hand out. This is like you want us to hide Nolan's speeder. That's we don't want to do it.
No,
It's
I
too
don't
hot.
want to. I don't want anybody to hide it for us. I want to rent a
Garage.
workshop somewhere.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, Taro,
A garage that we can turn into a chop shop.
yeah, Taro can help you with that.
Well, I don't think I need his help. I think I can help myself with that. I think I have powerful friends and influential contacts that I cannot burden him with this. And to be quite frank,
okay. So you guys go to the house. You guys are like at the safe house, and you're just like making phone calls. Do not stick. He's like, this is what I was concerned about. Is you guys are running around town getting shit done, and that's very dangerous. So you guys are literally like laying low, and Rahal's like on the phone all the time, going through each contact, having a guy call a guy that could come pick it up, and blah blah blah. Right. Meanwhile, it's out front under a tarp.
Magna coupled to the side of the building in the alley.
I don't think Taro would want that thing anywhere.
No, it's true.
You know what I mean? Like you guys would definitely have to ditch it and then do a bunch of walking, or Taro, says drive over here, and he loads you guys into his car, and we just leave it somewhere that
how good is Rahal? How fast could I have set up that? Like I could have been like on the horn doing that as we're flying away from the collapsing building. I need a place to hide.
Yeah, I would say because you have a powerful friend, that would be the call. You must call your powerful friend.
Yes.
Okay. I'll tell you what. This guy exists because I think this would be an awesome reveal. You know what I mean? And I'm not going to say it's a guy. I'm just going to say a girl. I'm not going to say it's Imperial. I'm not going to say it's Rebel. I'm not going to say it's Alien. Nothing. I'm just going to say your powerful friend. And
contacting your influential contacts and receiving the benefit of the skill check takes a number of minutes equals to 10 times the skill check result. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Because as we read more into the story or whatever, there's probably someone that's canon or adjacent to someone that's canon. Make somebody up that, have a real relationship. And it also has to make sense. Yep. Your nobility comes out of your business through your family.
Yep.
Right? So it has
to come from a wealthy family, but the wealthy family's from a
separatist
world. Yeah.
Right. So you guys
on the shit list. So
you guys would have had to have lost, like, you are wealthy, but if your family was fabulously wealthy, ready to be one of the official Dooku guys, like insane amount of money, and now the rebellion and the empire and everything, you're down to just being another wealthy merchant class. You know what I mean? Yep. That kind of thing. So it's like you went from fabulously rich to like, rich-ish. We'll do that. Okay. So anyway, this is what I'm getting at. This is the we'll try and do this more off a microphone, but using Matt's conversation as an example of where we're going to be going along the ride of shoot him up and stick it to the empire. Like delve more into the character's past and having that past catch up with you guys. But in a good way. Like Matt dug up. What level did you take this at? Powerful friend?
It was my second last talent, so this is a few levels ago.
Okay.
I think it was at the beginning, the early days of book 5.
No, like this isn't somebody you met at book 5. Like this is somebody you've known for a long time, but they finally recognize you've come into your own, or they finally go, all right, all right, kid, I hear you. You're doing a thing, and I'll help you for your man's sake, or that kind of thing, right? And we're talking about
finally got in contact with someone from my past, or whatever.
or someone more important than Cthulhu Lou from that car lot, I'm sure.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, there's like if they're saying it's an imperial senator, that's pretty huge.
Oh yeah. Well, there's things that's a level of power. Like I said, we'll work out. But I tell you, it would take someone in Imperial Senate that would have to like make your history go away. Like somebody that the Empire loves so much, they're willing to go, okay, Lord Vader, for you, we'll forget his family are separatists because you vouch for his family. Like something like that.
Yeah.
Would it be awesome?
No, I don't think it's that influential.
He makes a call.
It can always be on the angle of, I don't care if you win. I want him to lose.
Makes it well. There was always those episodes in the Clone Wars series where, they had to face their conscience. There was one where Ahsoka was practically dating a Separatist kid. They were both 16, and you know what I mean, like one of the right. So imagine Matt's family or Rahal has a moment with like General Skywalker. Right, we're 3 months out of Order 66. Like he just put on the mask. I don't think we even got to the point. 16 years later where he duels Ahsoka and she gets half of his mask off and you still see a pretty young red-eyed dude under there. Like this guy, he's freshly like bent a room and he's still screaming Padme. The duds, the black duds are new. The boots haven't worn in yet. You know what I'm saying? Right. And then here's Rahal going, "Excuse me, General Skywalker. You still on this number?" Oh, I'm sorry. I must have his dentist or something. What the hell? No, you don't know Vader, but I'm just saying possibilities, right? All right.
We knew Anakin.
Yeah.
Yeah. Powerful friend. He will be missed. Thoughts and prayers.
He's
Flying
not
away.
the man that he used to be.
So you guys get on the phone. Okay. And by the time this is like day one, either the departing flight or, landing day one stuff. You contact your powerful friend, right? Now,
Yep.
In the description of your talent, does it talk about roles? Or is this just a freebie?
The exact description is where is that? You have influential contacts within a certain organization, planet, or region who can provide concrete information to you on certain subjects once per day. You can have one of these contacts make a skill check on your behalf. The contact always takes 20 on the skill check, even if the skill would not normally allow taking 20, and has a skill modifier equal to 5 plus 1/2 your heroic level.
Okay, so when you took this, what region or planet did you choose way back then?
I didn't.
Ah.
I
Ah.
I didn't. I picked an organization. It was an Imperial contact.
Oh, okay.
So make
All
of
right.
that what you will, but we've never really actually discussed it. So there's two talents. There's influential friends. That was the first one. The powerful friends is you have a powerful contact who has an extended sphere of influence. This contact could be a senator, a high-level military officer, a regional governor, an infamous crime lord, or another person of similar significance. And then it's once per encounter. You can invoke the name or office of your powerful contact and take 20 on one persuasion check with no increase in the time needed to make the check.
Okay. All right. It talked about a region. It talked about a person. It talked about an area. Instead of pinning this down, to cover our faux pas of the player really not supposed to have reached out to the GM going, GM, I really need to nail this down. Something like a senator, because it's the Galactic Senate,
Yep.
right? So they have a vague influence throughout the whole galaxy. And the closer you get to ground zero, the stronger that is. Or the closer you get to politics, the stronger that is. So I'm not giving Matt like a free pass where he can just be like, you guys understand that like if we're getting into an Imperial Senate or Imperial Senator, that can help on certain levels, no matter where you are in the galaxy. But
Yep.
in the underworld or something like that, it's like not gonna help you practically at all. Might save your life though. So people ganking you, they'd be like, oh, he's worth ransom.
Homeboy, I need a safe place to hide. You don't know where I am.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So you reach out to this powerful person. Being.
Yeah. Of course. When the building comes down and I'm like, okay, shit's hit the fan. I'm hearing descriptions of us coming over the police band as persons of interest. And I'm like, shit. It's just like, dude, okay. So this happened.
Okay.
I need a place to lay low. And
you tell your powerful contact you're responsible for the Spire coming down?
No. I don't tell him I'm responsible for it coming down.
I found this car in a parking lot next to the tower that came down. I don't think they're going to need it anymore. They won't be in the office tomorrow.
I need a place to hide.
Okay.
I'm a person of interest related to this thing coming down.
Ooh,
it wasn't me.
The backup safe house. I like this. Now we have 2 safe houses.
That's what I'm talking about.
All right. Okay. And it talks about once an encounter or so it's pretty much given because it's in the talents, not rolls. And okay.
Yeah. Once per encounter, I can take 20 on a persuasion check by dropping their name, which is kind of insane.
Yeah, but you're trying to persuade him. So you know what you'd be doing? You'd be calling up somebody else and dropping this guy's name.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So how about this? You call Samson because
Okay.
he knows the planet, and you're like, I need a list of
Yeah,
people.
I need a safe house. I need
Yeah,
a place
yeah.
that nobody's going to ask any questions.
and I need somebody that's would be afraid of my guy.
Yeah.
And he's like, your guy? Shit, I'm afraid of your guy. All right, jackass. Click. You still owe me money, fool.
It's honestly, the talent is literally like, they should call it name drop instead of powerful friends, because that's what it is.
I have powerful friends. They're always dropping that name. Okay, that's good. All right. Now why have we spent 30 minutes on this? Because
it's fun.
Well, no, it's very relevant. Like, you guys have to go deep undercover and need a home base. And if you have a secondary base and covering your tracks without getting caught before I drop some kind of
I for sure would have been immediately looking for that.
Yeah, well, this is what I'm trying to get away from. I would have. Let's do it. Let's get into this is what we've accomplished, and then we can move forward. Okay, so we've got the car stashed. You are chopping it.
Yep.
Okay. I would say there's a percentage of that 30 because there's got to be favors and
oh, for sure, dude. For sure, like
right. And if you want to go tit for tat or flavor, you could just say, I use most of the money to pay back Samson.
To pay for the shop itself.
Yeah. Okay, that's cool. So which brings us back to the matter at hand. Which is our special hologram love letter, right? Currently staying at the Flop House in one of Coruscant sublevels, an area known as Nar's Roost. Bad part of town, stay on your toes. On the plus side, Imperial security tends to avoid the place. But of course, there's all kinds of security around where you are right now, in the suburbs. Good luck. Wait for your signal at getting you back to the Resurgence. Best of luck. Full. And I was asking the players, like anything else you guys wanted to do. So if you guys don't have any worries, we're on foot right now. So did you guys want to go incognito and just like rent a taxi, like a guy that knows you for 2 minutes, right? Change our outfits. What's the play here before, that covered what for day one. We've already covered like day 2, day 3. We've met our new party member. You guys are healed up. We've talked Poser into staying put. Now we're ready to restart the mission, get out on the street. So in those last 2 days, did we change outfits? Did we change race? Did anyone shave off their head mustache? Like, what's the new us?
We all identify as each other.
I'm just saying, Derek has a very public, you guys check the news.
Big business. Do not confront big business.
Yeah, no, seriously, like, businessman Derek Carruthers is, leader of new domestic terrorist group. News at 11. They keep showing you. They think you're the guy.
If our descriptions are circulating, I would have taken time during those 3 days to revise our appearances.
This pains me.
Big business man.
This is going to cost me $150 because now I'm going to have to dish out like new Star Wars art to Seacrest, but maybe it's time to lose the stripes. And I'm not saying go horizontal either, Matt. That's not the same thing.
We don't know what this module is going to have in store for us, Jeff. So I'm not going to make a promise on that one.
Instead of top to bottom stripes,
absolutely.
we're going bottom to top stripes.
Rahal going underground is Rahal going gray man. And I don't know if you are familiar with the term gray man, but it's
gray man, sort of like
it's person who is literally invisible. You would look
noticed.
Past him. It's like an NPC in
They're so normal.
Grand Theft Auto.
boring.
You know what I mean?
Oh, man. Is this where you decide to put your fedora in lockup for a legacy campaign?
Oh no, he distributes fedoras to everybody else.
It makes everybody
I set the
else
trend.
wear
The
fedoras.
world is fedoras now.
What was that? The Crown Affair, where he puts everyone in a bowler hat.
But
I'll take a
the
pink
fedora
job.
would definitely be taking a step back. It's too key.
Okay. All right.
of
If there's
a.
any-
Do I need to
descriptor.
pause this? Do you guys need a minute to think about your new look? Because I'm going to ask for descriptions in like 30 seconds.
Do you
So.
really want to have this
if we've
this
got a
conversation
garage-
off air?
No, I don't know. I
If
want to
we're
give you
gonna-
guys
no,
time.
we just need to pause the.
Yeah, give you guys a minute. I give you guys a minute to think about
I'm
what
happy
you
for
look
a
like.
paint job, and if we want to give me a paint job, that's
Wait,
fine.
80s montage.
Yeah.
So he calls his powerful friends like,
I'm a
we need to go shopping.
We could make
Maniac.
me bright silver or something like that. Make me look more like a protocol droid.
Oh,
You
It's like the
hyper
hackiest
polish
spray.
your armor.
the brush
No, it's the
steel.
hackiest spray job ever. He's like, what the fuck happened to me? I just got vandalized by the 80s.
Well, to be fair, we're down and down below. So being
Oh, not
something
yet,
that
not yet.
looked-
Not yet.
Oh, true.
And
Well,
you,
the safe.
you never know where it's going to
the
take you.
safe
Right?
house is what, mid-level?
It
It's
is.
not
It is.
deep. Yeah.
So,
So,
you
I mean,
you guys
we
need a
need
look
more
where you
of
could
a
go
camo
anywhere,
look.
right?
Yep.
You need
Get
you need
the
a look.
camo
where-
down, Doctor
So
down.
I'm going the nondescript. Like, do you remember in Andor the obsessed guy who was like an analyst? You know how he dressed in that like brown plain outfit,
Number
that
cruncher.
kind of
That
the
was still-
suit that.
It still had
Yeah.
piping.
Coruscant. You go to Coruscant Walgreens or whatever, and you buy Coruscant Citizen outfit.
Yeah,
Number three.
exactly.
You know, like
I'm
generic.
going full
Number
on
3,
gray man.
specifically 3.
Yeah, generic. Okay. So he just looks like an everyday citizen. Does
Yep.
that mean we finally get to see your face and your eyes? Because like even the artwork has your eyes hiding, right? There's your grin. Like, do we get to see your face?
Yeah. I'm not wearing a hat at all.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Short crop my brown hair, take it from the slick back,
Yeah.
sleek look, and it's just short crop, like
Little conditioner.
buzzer
yeah.
setting number 5 over the whole head. So you know what I mean? Like that, just absolutely
Oh wow. All right.
middled.
Okay.
Don't want to draw any attention. We are going underground, fellas.
Well, I can understand a short haircut. You want because you want to look like middle class nobody. Like you don't want to look militant, right? Like you don't want
Right.
to shave your head, right?
So just like
Get rid
setting
of the
number 5 on the buzzer, hit
Okay.
everywhere with it. It's
Okay.
just like,
Alright.
1 inch hair all the way around. It does what it does.
Okay. Now, in game, we would ask, what color do you paint your droid? But because it's Doug's character, Doug, what color do you want to be painted?
I would go with more of a silver.
Like brush steel?
Because
No, I love the idea of the hyper polish, like the mirror finish.
Oh,
yeah,
God.
yeah.
And you don't want to draw attention.
No, I know. That's why I was going with a little bit more of that pewter.
Hmm.
A little bit more pewter, which would dull.
Oh, the imperial dull gray.
yeah.
Yeah.
And a new poncho. I want a new poncho.
Oh, yeah. No, you need something that makes you look like, hi, my
This one
name is
has a lot
Protocol
of
Droid.
holes in it.
Yeah. Put a safety vest on them, high visibility.
Yeah, that's right.
Do you know the classic Star Wars droid that has the bug head? The protocol droid that's for aliens. It has the bug head, and it's like fucking chrome.
Yeah.
Like you want mirror fit. Like that is that what we're going for? Like I said, you're going for that what they call brush steel.
Brush steel. Yeah,
yeah,
I want
like
that
grayish.
more I want it to be a little bit more muted,
Yeah.
but to still suggest, partly because I don't want to lose the stealth that I have, so I don't want to if I go full C3PO,
Yeah.
then there's a reasonable argument for why
Yeah.
I don't still get a plus whatever in stealth.
Yeah, no, gray, but not like dull gray or anything that makes you. Yeah, you need to look
In
presentable.
addition, I was wondering about the potential of doing something with a dull gray and also around the joints, making it look like we've kind of painted over rust.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
distressed
Okay.
look, that I look cheaper than I am. That
D-
would be even.
Yeah. Okay. I wouldn't suggest Drew change his guy. He's known as Bounty Hunter Bob. Like for you to, for you to
He's the
suddenly
one
change.
person that there isn't an APB
It
out
sounds
on.
like he's Decepticoning
He's sort
us
of
all.
like reconsidering whether hanging out with us was
No,
really a
no, I
smart
just
idea. Every
mean, like-
time he passes a hollow vid, our faces are smashed all over it.
Yeah.
We're sitting there going, oh no,
No,
don't worry about this. We're cool.
And actually, it was
Cool.
Drew that texted me the other day going, so they're going to change their outfits, right? They're not going to ruin my rep. I'm like, don't worry, buddy.
Everyone else is getting new clothes. I'll get new clothes.
Actually, he wears everything you guys left over, so he's got like this striped montage.
It's
Nice
oversized.
new fedora.
It just droops off of him.
The fedora killer. What the hell?
We've got these 2 sets of pinstripe suits. You would look great in.
One, you look like a giant. The other one, you look like a toddler. Your choice.
All right. Speaking of pinstripe suits, Merrick,
Yeah.
is it time to lose the Derek? You've been running around doing the accent and the business.
I'm picking up the vibe is here. And so for all the hair that's getting chopped, I think it's time that Derek or Merrick gets a beard.
Okay.
And all that lost hair, and with the help of Dr. Leth, is getting attached to my face.
So you're wearing Rahal's like
Wearing
curly
everybody else's hair. Ew, that's so creepy.
Who's going to talk to me now, boys?
No, it's his race, right? He can grow like what we're looking at Ryan Messina right now. He can grow that in 3 days. It's just his race. It's just when he stops
I
shaving.
think I didn't do this last season, and I should have.
What?
So, because I just couldn't think of a good name, and but I think I've got my alias name.
Oh, which one?
Okay.
So I'll get, we'll work on forgeries for new identities as well.
Everybody needs them, yeah.
I'm going to be Gaz Gundolf.
Oh God. I gotta write this down.
Yeah, write her down.
Gaz Gundolf.
Gaz Gundolf.
Okay.
You shall not pass.
PLXS. What's your new? Because
I need a new one.
Whoa,
Dude.
you guys want any ties to the old you? Like any mention?
We're in the deep down dark.
Yeah.
Call me TPO.
Ooh. Savvy.
Okay.
Give me a little.
Dr. Leth, are you going with the Hume outfit? You really haven't rocked that a lot, but you did were you
Not
Hume?
Dr. Leth.
Would you Dr. Aska, first name Leth.
Undoctorated.
Professor Leth, completely different guy.
TA.
Dr. Leth, when you stepped off the ramp, were you in human guys or were you your Arcadian race?
I was in human guys.
Okay, so did you want to ditch that or go with a different human?
I'm planning on changing it, yeah.
Okay, your hair color is the biggest giveaway, like the big white hair and white eyes.
Oh yeah, no, that's going.
So do you cut it? Do you dye it? What do you do?
Both trimmed and black.
Okay. Ooh, Dr. Black, I like that. What do you think? Reminds us of no? He's thinking about
Actually?
it. He's thinking about it. Reminds us what you did to your hair.
I'm going to go with I'm gonna pull off it's my first time doing a full-on reference. I'm going to go. My hair is shorter, around, basically like a Caesar cut. Most of it is black. There's a patch of stark white in the front.
Okay.
He's a
visionary.
Dr. Skunk.
I will indeed go with Dr. Black.
Okay.
I thought he was going with Reservoir Dogs on this one.
Well, I guess it's okay to keep Doctor. My concern is if you guys slip up and go, "Hey, Doc," and it's not in his name, right? So at least that covers,
How many doctors are in this sector?
Dr. Zero. Next, we have a 4-armed alien. Rare. Stands out. Mr. Gibson.
Yes, sir.
Let's talk about Doug. Are there rules for like deceptive static rolls for hiding your race?
Oh yeah, you do.
Disguise.
This is a deception roll for disguise. There are whole rules in there for disguise, and it's based on deception checks. And you should have the people who are best that like are trained in deception to do forgery. That covers both forgery as well as makeup and disguise.
Yeah, I'll throw out some rules for sure. I've got a modifier of 20 to my deception plus 20. Can I take 20?
As far as the specific forgeries, that might require us to go up and get access, because I can make them rather more legit later.
Okay.
Can't take 20 with a deception, but you can take 10. So I can do everything at a base 30.
By taking 10, you get a 30?
Yeah, I've got a plus 20 modifier to deception.
All right. Sorry, what were the penalties on changing race? Because they'll be like changing your race, changing your sex, changing your blah,
There
blah,
is,
blah.
yeah, hold on. I will tell you. I'm looking for deceptive appearance. Here we go. Oh. Didn't tell me anything. Here we go. So simple, plus 5, creating a false ID that will pass casual inspection, disguising yourself as someone non-specific of a similar species. So that's plus 5.
Yeah, but he wants a different species.
Moderate, 0. So yeah, so even check. There is no. So moderate 0, plus 0 to disguising yourself as a member of another species or gender, creating a false ID good enough to pass visual security but not electronic. For a minus 5 penalty, it's difficult deception. That is.
Did you say plus 0 to get you another race?
Impersonating an officer well enough to give troops orders, creating false official documents good enough to pass electronic screening. Incredible deception include convincing a reputable starship dealer to buy a stolen Imperial shuttle, impersonating someone well enough to convince an old friend, and forging false credits. I can actually forge money. I can make my own money with deception, guys. Let's go. I didn't know that. Sorry, Jeff.
Wait,
welcome to the new game. I'm buying a Star Destroyer.
Just in cryptocurrency. Oh no. Rahul.
A minus 20, so I would just be rolling at par.
risk-free.
So that's to do that. I'd be rolling at a minus 10, so I would still be operating at a plus 10 skill check.
Back up before we get into Obelisk coin. Did you say he can change race with no penalty?
Yeah, no penalty.
Oh,
so there's to the check. There's no modifier, is what it says here.
There is that.
That's called being fluid.
Do be aware that Arcanians are considered near human appearance.
No, I meant Joe, Mr. Forearms here. We were talking about Joe, right? Do you want to just cross your two?
That is a moderate deception.
Yeah, cross your two front arms in front of you and just be like a fat 2-armed dude. What do you want to do?
Under the coat.
Yeah. She's pregnant. What? What do you want to do, Gibson? You got 4 arms.
Yeah, I'll just try to hide the 2.
Imperials are idiots on a Tuesday, okay? You guys dropped an Inquisitor Tower. Every 4-armed alien yesterday got pushed against the wall. Every 4-armed alien that we could find anywhere. You know what I'm saying?
6 arms, 8 arms.
Exactly. Like, they are hardcore. The more you guys can change, the better.
Okay,
so penalties.
Basically, if I can roll to disguise people.
Mm-hmm.
And then what happens is you compare that to their perception check against you to see if they detect it.
Okay. So what name are we going for Reiku?
And I can do this. Yeah, it's like I think it's just like 1 roll per dude, I think. And because like they bake everything into the same chart. They're like, you can convince people to do this stuff.
Yeah, no, I get it. Anyway, so a new name for Reiku.
Can we help you when you do it on us?
Yeah, I can be assisted.
That way we
just
can,
like any skill check.
Get a straight place.
Not when you're taking 10, you can't. Take 10.
Somebody can't help you when they take 10.
I don't think so.
But I'll make the rolls.
Yeah, I'm happy to roll to help.
Okay. Anyway, you guys get it?
Because I think if we're gonna use it as a static number, I think it's worthwhile spending force points on people's disguises to make them as difficult to detect through as possible.
Definitely. So anyway, a name. We have you guys need documents, right? And IDs and everything. So what's our new name for Reiku? Anything? No? I bet you go online, there's a generic Star Wars name generator. Watch this. I'll make a new character sheet. It spits out names.
Spits out names.
It literally spits out names. Like whatever I make it's like add, or was it here? Character sheet. Ugesk Amino. Ugeski. Ugeski.
All right, we're going to need some digits and letters for that. If you copy and paste that. You've got this down, Joe, right?
Virgil Husco. Oh, there you go. That sounds like a
Virgil.
Joe name.
I used to have a neighbor named Virgil.
There you go, Virgil. Virgil Husco. Husku. Okay. Done and done. Which brings us down to Merrick.
Who is this Merrick you speak of?
Yeah.
All I see is the bearded Riker.
Riker? Got a beard. And what are you wearing? The gray man suit? You're wearing the boring clothes again?
I have a red robe.
Okay.
Very sequence. Cut off at waist, black down, top half, red.
Okay. Dr. Black, are you dressed like an actual doctor, or are you private sector where you look like a dude in a suit and...
I'm not dressed like a doctor so much as... Yeah, it's kind of like a very bedraggled suit.
I know it probably took us 3 days to get him to part with the lab coat, but it's for the cause. It's for a good cause, right?
Yep.
Go lab coat. Okay. Okay. So let's have those rolls. First up, Gaz. What is your official static deception? You going to roll and have everyone aid, or you want to take your 10 and just...
No, I am going to roll.
Okay.
So I'm also going to add a force point to that.
Sure.
So 36 total.
Okay.
Gaz could roll to help if they get a 10.
And and if anybody has deception who can aid me, that'll push it up another 2 points.
I can use computer to create electronic forgeries, which does, like, I do it in replacement for that.
Nice.
Ooh, supplemental. Will the GM allow it?
Yeah, because basically the ID card is part of your ID. So we'll just say it boosted your 36 to 37 because the ID is solid. That kind of thing, right? Okay. Okay. DC 37. All right.
All right, who's next?
Now, you know what the biggest seller is going to be? Changing the way you talk. You guys can put on different accents because Merrick and Rahul have a very, very distinct way of talking, and you guys have been recorded because they're running facial, voice, not to mention even Lieutenant Machismo and someone doing a shit impression of Nolan. They've got it. Right? So bear that in mind for flavor. I know. It is the character. You asked me not to play the character's voice, but imagine a guy with a thick Jersey accent trying to do another accent and kind of failing. That is a role-playing challenge I would like to see.
But I have the skills. I would not fail.
Okay.
So Gaza Gunderson's going to be a Swedish. No.
Oh, please dye your hair like milky white blonde, you know. That's so
I
good.
am Gas Gunderson.
Yep. TPO, what do we get for you? Let's do the rolls. Let's knock these out
Let me
quick.
see if I can help here.
Yeah, let's bang this out quick.
I helped.
Yay. Bang out this deception. Who's good at painting? Who's artsy? We're just giving him a paint job.
Oh, I thought our fearless leader was helping each of our disguise.
Yeah, it's all part of the deception is disguise. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah. There's certain of us who are not.
Deception is kind of an OP skill when you read through what you can do with it. It's
So just clarifying, Matt, you're doing this on each of us, right? You're
all
running
of you,
your
yes.
skill. So
Yeah.
right. Would you roll a
point.
deception for me?
I will. And I will roll a force point to juice it.
He's going to be out of force points before we even get going.
It's early, but I think this is worthwhile. So I've got 36 if I can get an aid on that as well.
I've aided. I successfully aided.
37 for the both, yeah.
Also
Okay.
rolled it.
Okay.
That's like a 40 right now. So I am definitely looking a lot.
I thought aid was +1, not +2.
He looks like a translation droid.
Oh.
And there are talents and feats you can take to juice that up to 4, I think.
Did you guys? Two people can aid, right?
Yeah. I mean, technically, that's what we're doing right now with
Okay.
Les doing a computer.
Oh, if 2 people are aiding, that's +2 and +2.
Yeah, that's 40 for both of you. Okay.
Sick. No, that's good. We need it. This is, like I said, like if we use this as our static, you know, and you guys gotta play your roles. You know what I'm saying? All right.
Dude, you want to play a role? As much as I hate to say this, I really hate to say this because I love the Gaz and the Swede. Dude, you should be Cheesemo.
I should do machismo, but I am gonna do machismo. But he's another
I just know
alias.
Right now he's AWOL, and you don't want to you'd be looked into.
I need to be Gaz Gunderson.
All right.
Nondescript office worker.
Okay. Let's keep those rolls coming, Dr. Black.
All right. So who's on deck? Who's
Dr.
next?
Black. Dr. Black.
Dr. Black. All right, here you go, Dr. Black. 36. That was a good roll, and I am going to hit that with a force point. Boosting it up to 42.
No one questions a doctor. I mean, it's part of our health.
And then their aids on top of that.
Yeah. So that's
at 44.
And then 46 if somebody can tag in on that.
Anybody trained in deception or use computer?
I can help. I'm not trained, but all we got to get is a 10, so I get a good bonus.
Let me make a mechanics check or tactics.
I helped.
Pretty sure you need to be trained in the skill to actually.
Yes, I think it is trained
for
forgery and disguise. But still, if you've got
40,
computer,
what did we at? 42 for him already?
I got 42, and if he added it, he's up to 44. So if somebody else can.
Okay. So hang on, let's back up. Who's been doing all the aid and others? Has it been TLX untrained and?
It was me.
Okay, I'm gonna
on me. I was helping me on me.
Yeah,
when he was doing it on me. So I can't disguise myself. I can't help disguise I understand not helping other people. But all right.
No, I'm gonna say that like you need to be trained in the skill to know what you're doing. Because like any moot can go, look, it's not me, right? I dyed my hair. I don't need to be trained for that, but it's not convincing people. Under scrutiny, people would look through the subtle points.
I will say, I am not seeing anything where it says you have to be trained to do this.
But also, I was going to say, at least for the droid part specifically, could he like use mechanics in that? And like, I want to make myself look like this other type of droid, so I need this part here or this color here.
Like you said, deception is what you use for disguise. It's already overpowered. Digging into other skills to get what you want because the overpowered skill isn't working for you.
Let me go with raw.
That's just kind of rolling.
Can I give you a raw rule? So cheating says trained only, but nothing else in the.
Yeah, like the only thing I see that's trained is there's an ability called alternative story when you fail a deception check.
So what about looking up the aid another action?
And cheating. Those are the only two things.
Look up the aid another action itself. Characters can aid another with any skill.
Okay.
Does it say you have to be trained in those skills? Because that's your answer right there. I mean, oh wow, we're squabbling over a 38 DC or 40.
No, it's important. We should hammer this out now. That's what we do.
Anyway, while they're looking that up, Matt, keep the rolls.
There's no mention of being trained.
It does not say requiring training.
Okay, so we'll go with the 40s. Bringing us to Virgil. The new Virgil.
All right, here we go. Not as good at 26, but here comes the force point. You can get to 29.
Okay.
Sorry.
That's okay.
And +2 from use computer.
Okay. 31. And Doug.
And you can aid us with it, Doug.
Apparently.
25.
He just stands back, rubbing his chin, going, I'm not buying it. Change this.
Yeah. Yep.
From a civilian point of view.
Do something different.
Okay, so it's 33.
Scans the face like a computer would scan the face.
Yeah, exactly. Right? Too many.
33.
Okay, and
sorry, man.
Riker.
Okay, Riker.
This would be worth the art. Like the fans.
Still not a great roll.
As long as your bodies and positions and everything are the same in the artwork.
But a 4 brings us up to 32. And damn. Dr. Black brought us up to 36, and TPO brings us up to a total of 38.
Okay. So
No,
it's
36 total. Sorry,
Okay.
32, 4, 6. Yeah,
All right.
36.
36. Okay. Guy with a perception check has to be to 33 to wonder if something's up. Because that's our lowest guy at Virgil. All right. Not easy.
Okay.
Good start.
Is that everybody?
Good start. Did I miss anybody? No, yeah, we're not disguising our bounty hunter because he's not associated with us.
You're right.
He's not associated with us, right?
Sweet.
Bounty hunter
New bounty
as himself.
And I am down to 3 force points.
I was gonna say, did we do you, Matt?
Yeah, I was the first
Yeah,
one.
was first.
Okay.
He's Gaz Gunderson.
Gaz
Great.
Gunderson. No, Gundolf. Gaz Gundolf.
Oh my god.
You know what? I'm going to change it to Gunderson because I actually like that better.
It's more
Considering
Canadian.
the accent you're going with, yeah.
Gunderson, yeah. All right. Well,
Yeah, you know, right?
Right?
So just to be clear,
It's beautiful weather we've been having here today.
Riker with a beard is carrying ropes. Okay, now you guys are going underworld. So how are we arming ourselves? Are we bringing Sasha? Are we bringing RPGs? What are we bringing?
It depends on how we're
Underworld.
traveling, I think.
Okay.
Or in my duffel bag. My
What's
satchel of knowledge.
what's society in this game? Galactic lore, bureaucracy. You know, who knows the underworld? Even Coruscant.
That's a good. I'd say bureaucracy would be society
Sure.
equivalent.
There is social sciences.
Social sciences, yeah.
Give me those. Give me those.
All right, here is my bureaucracy.
Untrained for me.
And here is my social sciences.
But I rolled well.
What'd you get?
25 bureaucracy, 30 social.
And a 26.
Okay. You want to look armed, that you can take care of yourself. You don't want to look heavily armed like you're going to start some shit like a gang war. But you sure as hell do not want to look like a bunch of, James Bond bumpkin rich, no guns on them. You guys would get rolled right away. You got to have enough weapons to don't mess with us, but you don't necessarily want to look like go clomping down there. Everyone has armor. Everyone has 2 rifles, because that looks like you're going from A to B to start a gang war, and that draws a lot of attention. Who's doing a hit on who? You know what I mean?
I think my stun baton at my waist will look.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying, TP, this is your chance to carry a rifle again.
Yeah, well, I'll carry a rifle.
Right. Of course, you want to go with the protocol droid look. It kind of ruins that disguise right away. But if you want to have a heavy blaster in your cabinet,
That was there anyway.
yeah. And I'm just saying,
You can say,
you were specifically.
You were asking what people could see.
Yeah, I don't want to break your disguises. Like Gunderson could have a rifle, Bob could have a rifle. The protocol droid probably not looking like it's heavily armed.
Yeah, I figured a stun baton at my waist would be about
Sure.
the limit of what a protocol droid could get away with looking like he was carrying.
Yeah, and I have a holdout blaster.
No solicitors. The master says no. Zap, zap, zap. Get off my lawn. Get off the master's lawn. Zap, zap.
And my vibro saw, which I carry in a briefcase style.
Okay.
Because it's been miniaturized, so I
Yeah.
can.
That's fine. Yeah, again, this is not where you want to be carrying the E-Web sidearm, because again, it looks too taster. It looks like you're going to start some heavy shit, and everyone will watch you. You don't want that. You just want to be, who are these guys? They're armed. Let's not mess with them. You don't want urchins and street thugs messing with you. All right, that is the knowledge I can impart to you with the social sciences going into this. So, jumping into a taxi, jumping into.
This is the question I have: is should we purchase another speeder for personal usage, and then we can hard install our communication and transponder device?
I think we should, if we're not
Yeah.
pressing
Agree, I
on
do.
them.
Yeah,
Getting our own something underground would be good.
Yeah, something A to B. You know what I mean? We'll just roll the cost of Nolan's speeder into a speeder that carries 6 people. Done. Nondescript, but tough and durable. Fast enough to, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah. I recommend the Dodge Ram over the Ford Transit, because when you step on the Ford Transit cargo vehicle, it doesn't really go. It goes when you get up to speed, but the freaking Ram front-wheel drive just goes. No matter how much cargo's in the back. It's just an example as far as like white ungeneric vans go. So you guys get some, and I'll let you guys look this up as long as it's around, just under $30,000.
A mid-range common
speeder, right? And
Coruscant air speeder. Yeah.
And it doesn't have to have 6 seats, but it needs 4 seats and a trunk.
Who wants to pick out the buggy?
Yeah. Or
let's give it to the new guy. New guy, you get to pick out the buggy.
No, are you kidding me? Drew's character comes with the elite speeder bike. Like he's driving around. Sorry, poser. He's driving around in like
it's got plot armor on it. The speeder has this plot armor. It's super thick.
Okay, you know what? I'm with you. All right, so who wants to pick out the buggy? Who's been quiet?
I'll go take a look.
All right.
Yeah, Jay, you pick out the buggy.
Okay. And the third day, you guys get this new ride, and you guys hook up the transponder. Or do you want to? Transponder is for fast lanes up above. You don't want to, look, that's got a fucking transponder on it. I knew I turned that, and you guys get robbed.
I think it's something that we could probably flip on and flip off. Could we not? Or set it up to be able to do that?
Yeah.
We should go through the effort of it.
But a nice looking stereo through the window is still a nice looking stereo, right?
That's true.
I'm sure you can conceal it. And besides, I'm assuming you guys are going to take R4 to be your driver, to your getaway guy, right? That way, the air speeder is constantly.
Yeah, I kind of feel like I can't utilize Alphonse for a lot because he's known to be associated with the mens rea, and I've set him on
R4.
Doing what he can bureaucratically to get it released.
R4 wants a paint job. Don't call me Arthur. I want to be known
yes. All right. Do I spend Yeah, you know what? I'll do it for him too. He's got to be new as well.
We're going to paint him up.
All right,
so
here's
it
R4.
begins. This is
Arthur,
probably going to turn into R4's actual permanent identity in a second. Hold on.
Hang on. So here's the thing. Remember how
35 total from me.
You guys had to Frankenstein.
Jay and Doug.
Remember you Frankensteined R4 to save him?
We did, yes.
Right. So now he's a completely identifiable, unique.
Oh, I don't have to spend that?
No, I'm just saying you guys want to actually spend money and actually have him worked on. Get him a new head. Something.
Yeah. Everyone's going to love it. Yo, dude, we're taking you to get head, brother.
Sorry, Jay. It sounds like Jay's getting excited about something. What are you doing there, Jay?
This is the beginning of my prototyping R4.
Okay.
There's an actual type of R unit that doesn't exist yet. But my goal is basically to make R4 into him.
Yeah, we talked about this when you started Frankensteining him in the first place.
Yeah.
But then again, you have a very unique looking droid that stands out, right?
Yeah, but it'll be very uniquely different from what he is now.
Really? Let me.
Oh, I'm saying.
No, I was.
Matching gray droids, a protocol, and whatever. Oh, who's got the matching,
Oh, yeah, no. It'll be like we paint him and redo some of his paperwork. But, I'm going to go looking for the parts I need to
eventually
really get working on him.
Okay. This would explain your wealth at 20th level going into the future. You actually... Dr. Leth starts a droid company and makes the new R2 unit or whatever, right? The R4 unit of the future.
That's an A+2 for mine.
Okay. Looks like we lost Matt. Lost your Decepticon guy.
More than meets the eye. I helped.
I helped. He helps +4 when he comes back.
Let's move past that and we'll finish up the...
Yeah, that's fine.
We'll do the base roll.
Big question mark. I guess you could still call him R4 since he is an R4 unit. It's not really, How many people get lazy and call their R47G unit R4? It's pretty common, right? Calling him Arthur actually would make him stand out more. So maybe Arthur finally becomes R4. You know what I mean? You just got to make a mental note there, Doc, to stop calling him Arthur and just start calling him generic R4.
R4.
Yeah. Because that's what everybody, right?
4.
Okay. Need a deception roll from Rahul. Paint up our droid or fix him up so that he looks like his old conehead self and not like this Frankenstein.
Oh, I already dropped it. It was 32 plus 3 with a force point.
What?
Okay.
No, that's for R4?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So
So 35 plus
Therefore,
Two.
therefore
Plus two.
is 39.
he's more convincing than Reiku. Okay. I wrote these out, names and all, so I have reference. Quiet rolls and this and that kind of thing, as opposed to like, because you never know when a camera or person is scrutinizing you. Sure, if they say papers, please, everybody puckers while I roll DCs. Yeah, but I have this on paper, be rolling. You never know. All right. So we get ourselves a new speeder, which is a what? What is the new speeder?
What'd you find us, Jay? Oh, you're muted. Sorry.
Did he find us a speeder?
I've got us 2 options. There's cheap, and then there is around the same price range, but I think Rahal would probably personally like it more.
Okay.
He's a boring insurance salesman now. Get him the Prius. Don't get him the Cobra.
Office drone gun gas.
So I'm still going to tell him because I know that he would be interested.
Okay.
And it's a habit of like, okay, well, these are the ones that our group would spend money on. On the higher end, for 20,000 used, we have a Corona Luxury ground speeder, which is common throughout the galaxy.
Ground speeder? No, it's got to be an air speeder.
Yeah, because we're dropping into lower levels. It's got to be able to fly.
Then I will have to get back to you on that.
Okay.
A lot of air speeders that are listed and statted are like tanks.
Yes, this is very true. The other thing I found with the speeders is that you were really limited for the number of passengers. There was very few that could hold more than 2 people.
Yeah.
Okay. So what I would suggest is the twin 288 airspeeder. Okay. It's the one, these are Clone Wars. It looks like a giant forks out the front. It's only a 2-seater. But that airspeeder, as far as engine, durability, maneuverability, blah, 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 right? That's like the sports car version. Taking like 1 or 2 off of things would
We
give
need
you
something that can haul all of us.
No, I'm just saying, like, they have a model. They probably have something, you know what I mean? Like, I need a base chassis. And the twin 288 air speeder is the classic Coruscant speeder, right? So instead of getting the Corvette, you get the Corvette sedan, and it has more seats in it. I'm sure they have something comparable, and this sort of cut and paste approach is actually in the rules, and it's a $22,000 speeder, right? So
There's one in Andor that was like a minivan, and I would love to see if there was a reference for it.
Well, it's not like you guys don't have the cash, and we're chopping it.
Yeah.
I did find one called like a speeder truck. It stores like up to like 25 people, so it's freaking huge. But it is
okay. Well, if we need stats, we can dig. But for right now,
yep.
You guys load into your van, your truck,
it's a van. It's a white panel van.
Okay.
Nobody's got the pedo mustache going.
I've got to turn off the ice cream music.
Yeah. It's the generic, like as far as Rahal is going right now, he is going, like I said, absolute generic.
Okay.
Because that's how you lay low.
Okay. Who's piloting?
Probably right.
R4.
Oh, R4. That's true.
Okay. And you just tell them, just take us down into the under, and you guys kind of like just plot a fast way, a quick way, a quiet way. Like, how do you want to get down there? Do we care?
Casual, yeah. No, quiet way. We do care.
Okay. All right. He beeps at you guys that there is a checkpoint ahead. It's a small checkpoint because you want to go a quiet way, but there is a checkpoint that I have to pass through.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Get our credentials ready.
Okay. Changing the map. to the Imperial checkpoint. And we zoom out, and here we are in our bus. See? No? You guys seeing this?
Nice. We are in the bus.
Okay. Do you remember the highway in Rebels on Lothal? It's like a raised up bridge that just goes for miles with lights on it. Right? That's the kind of thing we're looking at. 3 lanes in one direction, Duracrete barrier either side and it's suspended over space, or because we're in the mid levels or whatever. And they've had the barriers on an angle to close it to one lane, and you see on the right stormtrooper and an officer, and then an actual like a ray shielding barrier so that you can't just run it, and then behind some juiced up troopers on lights, and then on the left where the barrier comes out squeezing you guys to one lane, again a couple of troopers in front and behind the barrier, all segued out in sort of a straight line on the top and sort of a crescent moon arcing over pattern on the bottom. Anyway, you guys say we're going to play nice, so R4 rolls to a stop, and we just roll right up. Right?
Yep.
In the car. Boop. And Trooper steps in behind us, and these guys, watch us or whatever. And Trooper comes up and asks you guys for ID, destination, license and registration of the vehicle.
So where are we actually headed right now?
You guys are headed to the lowest level. You're trying to get to Nas Roost, but before you can even get down there, where Varth was saying there's not a lot of Imperial presence, there are checkpoints everywhere. I mean, there were before. Well, they were before, but now these checkpoints, they've juiced them looking for you guys, as well as they're scrutinizing a little bit more. And we're in the mid levels.
Okay.
As we said, the upper levels and the lower levels prey on this level. We're in the, funny enough, what you're dressed for. You look like you belong here. We're in the mid-level sedan. We're boring people. 6 guys all packed in, giving a bounty hunter a ride. Oh, right. We didn't change his ID.
Didn't need to.
Okay.
Hello, friend. What can we do for you today?
Papers and registration. That kind of thing.
And I hand over the data pad.
Okay. So they, they sit there, and there's the Imperial officer, looking at your plates, and obviously he's putting in some information, looking to see. This particular registration is new. Are you the owner of this vehicle, sir?
Yes, I am. How do you like it? It's quite a vehicle.
I'm sure it is. And you're Mr. Gunderson?
Gaza Gunderson, you can call me guys.
And where are you going this evening, Mr. Gunderson?
Oh, we are just carpooling into the work area and is making use of the vehicle.
Okay. And they, goes to the next guy, right? Dr. Black, is it?
Dr. Blackjack.
Dr. Blackjack? He says there's a discrepancy in your ID. It says Dr. Jacob Black here. Are you not Dr. Jacob Black?
Only I call him Jacob.
I'm not talking to you, droid. Mr. Black, is that your real name? They lean in and look at you.
Well, no. Could you check again? It should be written the other way around.
So you're Dr. Jack? You're Dr. Black Jack? Because I don't want to call you. I don't want to call you Jack Black.
No, I'm not Jack Black.
That would be incorrect.
It would be incorrect. Yes.
He just kind of sighs. It gives you back the ID. Like, he doesn't even care there's a discrepancy.
Thank you.
Going on to the next. No, that didn't cost you a patron point. That's the DM flavoring, and it's like, the player wants it to be. I like Jacob Black. Doctor Black Jack. So seriously, what is your name on this ID, Jay? Your Doctor Who exactly?
Black J-A-K.
So you're Dr. Jack. Really? Your first name is Black, your second name is Jack, or is your full last name Blackjack?
I guess it would be Dr. Jack, but I'd usually just go by Dr. Black.
Jack.
Okay.
Or Dr. Blackjack.
Well, he would call you by your real name. So if it's Dr. B. Jack, then he would...
Well, my ID doesn't say doctor, so it's just Blackjack.
I thought you were a doctor.
I am a doctor, but my ID doesn't have doctor written on it. Like, my first name is not doctor. That's my title.
But when they run your name, which they just did, it shows everything we have on you in the system. And in the system, you're a doctor. So as politeness, he's like, Dr. Jack, Dr. Black. You don't know who you are, sir? Yeah. Sure, like your ID says this, but they scan it and it comes up. Here's your address. Here's his occupation. 3 kids. Half a mortgage, all the bullshit that you guys spent time on. Yeah.
There's the confusion. My character, he's just very surprised that, I'm a doctor.
Oh, okay. Can I have deception roll?
Okay.
Yeah, I should get one from Matt, but, he'll just take 10 on me, so I'm skipping it.
19.
Okay. So you are... What is your first name? Black? Yes.
Black.
Okay. And your last name is Jack?
Yes.
Okay. He does not ask you who's on first, but thanks for that. That's going to be fun. Okay. Droid comes to your defense. He shuts him down like a generic droid, all racist. Hey, look at that, Doug. Your disguise is working perfectly. Dismisses you as someone not important enough to talk to. Down to Reiko. Mr. Virgil Haiku? Joey nudges you. Sir, is this man ill? He wonders if your guy's asleep. Nudge, nudge. Mr. Virgil Haiku?
Yeah.
It says here you're in construction?
Yes, sir.
Were you guys heading to... he says you guys are heading to the work zone. He tries to take a guess where a doctor and a construction worker would carpool to. There's got to be like a station, like a GO station. Like, obviously don't work in the same building, but you know what I mean? Like, there's got to be an area where there's medical buildings under construction, So he asks, is that where you guys are going?
No idea. Boss just told us to go there.
Oh,
No
okay.
idea where I'm going.
Okay. I see. Well, anyway, Trooper starts giving you directions. If you get off this here and go into the second leeway, and he starts being helpful. He's all happy, figured out where you're going. Anyway, all in the name of progress, and so that you guys don't waste Imperial tax dollars hitting every checkpoint. He doesn't tell you how to avoid them, but he does tell you how to get like straight there and get on with your life because curfew's coming up, and you know what I mean. So they're kind of being dickish, but technically he's giving you directions.
Thank you so much, sir.
He's a very polite fellow. I like him a lot.
These troopers are here to serve you and protect you. A new batch.
Kyle the Emperor.
Everybody, all the troopers around you, freaking pull rifles and click heels at that. Prop rifle and click heels. No, Doug. No one raises a hand. They snap too. They do the. They bring their weapon pointing down to like pointing up at their shoulder. The raise arms salute kind of thing, and click heels. About as empire as we're gonna go. Yeah. Riker. Mr. He squints. Mr. Riker? Is this?
ST Riker.
Sorry?
ST.
ST?
Riker.
What does the ST stand for, he says?
The letters S and T.
Parents named you 2 letters?
With Riker at the end of it. STR.
Huh. And shrugs.
I'd ask them if they're dead.
What do you do for a living, Mr. Riker?
I think so.
He looks at it. It's like clergy.
Have you felt temptation?
Are you with the Imperium, sir? He's hinting of you're like Imperial Guard in training or something, like the red robe dudes that guard the Emperor. There's got to be like cadet levels and all that stuff. So he's cautiously asking if you're with them.
One can aspire to greatness, but only one can give it.
Oh, okay. You save the off-world hoodoo religions for the meeting where you go in. All right, move along.
The Force bless you.
May the Force bless you. Wait, you mentioned the Force. They're full of Jedis. Light them up. And they all open up fire. Anyway,
they'll miss.
Yeah.
I am wearing a red shirt.
I'm not worried at all.
Yeah.
They shoot up the truck is ruined.
If there's anyone else who's going to shoot us, don't worry. They're now targeted.
The truck is ruined, like within 5 feet of moving. We all step out of the doors casually and just start walking down the street while they just keep missing us as we.
Yeah.
A school bus filled with children gets lit up and crashes into another flaming building.
Are you insinuating that there could be flammable children in this campaign?
Who was incinerating, Jeff? Let's get the.
Hey, Ryan brought all this stuff up. I just want you guys to get safely where you're going. That's the checkpoint's job. Last and not least, registered bounty hunter with the Imperial Guild, Mr.
Pale Bordra.
Anyway, you're an alien, so he just kind of harumps, checks your papers twice. But you know the drill. Like at this level, it's yeah, no, yes, sir. You're a minority race, right? So it's like you agree with whatever they say, and he gives you some shit for being an alien, whatever. But no, since you're with these upstanding generic citizens, everything seems to be in order. Have a good night. And they wave you guys through. Good job on the disguise, guys. Because even though there's 6 of you, and we're looking for 6 of you, we're distinctly looking for a Syrian. It's no Conehead in the group.
Oh, right.
Forearm, the dead giveaway guy is not here, right? The forearm guy, well, maybe he only has 2. Maybe there's a lot of forearm races, type of thing, blah, blah, blah.
I've got his arm.
They give you as much crap, but you guys are polite. Your droid is completely non-aggressive, blah, blah, blah. Weapons. I'm assuming you guys have your rifles and stuff in the trunk.
Sasha in the bag.
Holdout blaster, hidden where holdout blasters go.
Stun baton on my waist and a heavy blaster in my compartment.
Carved out book With
He opens
He
the
spent
Bible.
half of the
pulls
other
out a
day
gun.
like
I love-
cutting out.
Oh, nice.
at times like these, I like to refer to the old book for my solutions.
I would like to pull my holdout blaster out of the Holy RPG case. And it's a great big foam indent with a tiny little gun in it, right?
Hey, Merrick, we need help chopping the ship. No, I'm busy.
It'd be real cool if you guys like happen upon real people. Like these are real characters in the universe, and you guys cause
Pass
shit.
each other.
There's a
in traffic.
doppelganger party just like ours.
Oh yeah, the guy.
but they're
you know?
legit.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You guys cause shit, and like come book 8, these guys get arrested. We just wanted to carpool. I don't understand, officer.
No, there is like an aspiring inquisitional officer that's like Merrick's description.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Like these guys exist in real. Well, you know, subconsciously, right? You see these guys on the street, right? Rahal went for the generic guy. Somebody he spotted sticks in his head. You saw some dude in red robes. Went, yeah, that's a, you know, there's a bunch of them around. Right, I'll be one of them, right? You guys accidentally emulate like actual people that, you know, a little bit on the nose.
Just cause a pile more of
Does
black.
crack though, really?
Yeah, no.
An
episode-
outside, it's like we've got this guy, this guy, this guy, and this guy walking down the street right now. Here are our new identities, fellas.
Yeah. What
I
could it-
see a man in red robes.
I'll
and-
give it to you guys. An entire episode spent in prep and prevention with a ton of rolls is the same as if you guys go, we jump in a taxi, run the checkpoint, and you guys get lit up, and we would have spent in combat. So you guys you guys pass the checkpoint, and we will see you all next time.
Can still kill them all.
I keep the force to myself. Up because the emperor ruined it for everyone else. We gotta find a place to hide. Guess we're going underground now. Ooh, I'm a rebel just for kicks now. But I've been rocking it since order 66 now. The force is strong and I feel it still. Ooh, I'm a rebel just for kicks now. What the emperor say, order 66 now. But the force is strong and I feel it still. Gotta make it out to thee. Gonna reason with the senators, try to make it better now. But somewhere out there's gotta be free. I guess we'll head to Alderaan now. Ooh, I'm a rebel just for kicks now. I've been rocking it since order 66 now. The force is strong and I feel it still. Ooh, I'm a rebel just for kicks now. What the emperor say, order 66 now. But the force is strong and I feel it still. We should fight a war for peace. Ooh, I'm a rebel just for kicks now. Resurrect the Jedi, bring the emperor down to his knees. The Sith mean nothing to me. I should strike them all down now. Ooh, I'm a rebel just for kicks now. There'll be no acquittal for the Sith who killed the little Padawan. He is my enemy.
Is he coming? 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 Is he coming back?
Ooh, I'm a rebel just for kicks, and I'm gonna keep on going till the galaxy is fixed now. Cause the force is strong and I feel it still. Ooh, I'm a rebel just for kicks now. I've been rocking it since order 66 now. The force is strong and I feel it still. Ooh, I'm a rebel just for kicks now. What the emperor say, order 66 now. But the force is strong and I feel it still. Cause the force is strong and I feel it still.